now.
Yo, how y'all feeling today? I'm here myself, standing godly as I stand. I open up this whole intercourse and this act on realistic and realism. Two spiritual brothers coming together from divine natures of what they come through in life. Whether it's Islam, whether it's at peace, whether it's Ra, Egyptian, Comedics, whether it's Christianity, Buddha, Hinduism, however you fall, however the star fell. Representing true beings of what we are. Purpose, cause, for nature, life, and one source of light. Every act that we open up, no matter how many brothers I meet in this daylight, nightfall, I'm representing the sunlight at the end of the day. Me and my brother talked before we open this act up. My brother's name is
Al-Faitha Shakir-Bey.
He can speak for himself, but I just want to open this act just to get an understanding of what's really going on right here. We have nationalities and what they teach us law, right, my brother?
Right on.
And Islam has really been a most powerful sect on law.
Yep.
You got many brothers, Babyface, Bashir, and many other brothers out here in this world. I really don't know these brothers personally, but I listen to them, I follow them. I've been around different aspects of life, walks of life, yellow bricks roads, and anything else you can think of. I'm pretty sure my brother right here has been through the same obstacles. But we come today, like I say, to talk about one divine light. One divine light, one power, one source. So if it was Arabic telling this way, Islam, however you want to call it, we still speaking about one light. We actually listen to Rastafarian music right now, which updated information is Ethiopian man.
It's an Ethiopian or Rastafarian, which would be Horus, was that it gives its origin. Don't know too much about Rastafarian belief styles, but I know it's more of a sole purpose of Christianity. That's where Christianity, or I want to say Orthodox Christianity is from regular to today's Christianity, which is in the Americans. Anything that is pretty much is in the Americans, so to speak, or on this continent, is more minorative in thought and shape and form, but it has a form and energy. Things had to take place to give itself remedy. So that's what I understand as far as Horus and his movements and things that have been brought through him to us in a code of speech.
Great topic for the day. We have so many religions around the world. We have so many people trying to follow behind who they say was sent by, who they were sent by, and who they were sent by, but I never aspect of who they were sent by. Whatever doctrine tells what doctrine and what doctrine and what doctrine and what doctrine, I still don't see who sent you at the message. So if it's for the world, if it's up under the sun, that's what we are here for, whether we define ourselves in nationality in terms of law, what we are. That's a big phrase to say what we are, but then we also find ourselves being someone totally different than who someone told us we are. So then we have a time to ourselves and we sit, we think about what we really are to ourselves versus what someone defined me to be as in this community, under the sun, with the bees, the birds, the bees, and the trees. You know, so we go through courses of life understanding what we could be, what we not could be, and somebody must be telling us a lie. This man speaks for himself, I speak for myself. But the truth cannot and would not be destroyed by what we think could be. Because if I don't have my thoughts together, I'm pretty sure we'll present it to each other. We just wonder if we're drifting off of something. And maybe that can escalate to a negativity environment, which we get today, society.
I often find myself to ponder amongst many things as far as what I am, who I am, and I discovered that there are many ways to one way, and there's just ultimately just one source, and we're just a part of that source that makes us a part of that entity. So there's nothing new underneath the sun. It's just the way it's supposed to be, in which we are in all created nature. We're supposed to create more things to better ourselves as one divine movement, a collective of a collective. Thinking as if I was a hand, I need to know how to function as a hand. I don't need a book or anybody else, but I am to follow my own way as that part of that hand. What you have today is that you want a hand wanting to be a foot, and you want an eye to be a hand. And a lot of people just don't know their parts, and knowing themselves, I think, is what's going to better that movement as a collective. So this is this one movement under just one sun, as we were created. Just one movement, one spark that created all the things that were in our hearing.
That's right. Well, this is the scientific facts of matters. And let me say this. I don't try to use these high terminologies to make me a professor, a scholar. I may say words that may not be exactly what the grammar of American style has taught majority of us who are professors and philosophers to be. That's not what I'm sending myself up off of. So I'm trying to use correct English and grammar, or whatever you want to call it, for the media to understand what this message is actually being put out, first of all, which is a stupid topic to bring up, but you got to explain this sometimes.
Language goes so deep. Movement is language. Yes, words are language. Thought is language. You have to learn all these different aspects.
Music, sound, power, energy, chi, Buddha, however you want to speak that thrust, that pull, gravity. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is up to us to want to go out there, or have to go out there to discover these things, so we won't limit our language. Right now, you have all these bastardized children that are professing, so to speak, that I have the true, absolute truth language. So you have many languages that are around here, many dominant languages, many dominant religions, but the only true religion is perpetual means. That's life. There's no way to get around that. No matter what you deny it as or how you don't understand it, you will understand it, because it is life. It is the only truth that there is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So no matter how, which my brothers, I think I can go over him and say what he's actually saying, and many more what he's saying. We have doctrine all over the world. It does not change the fact of what elements are created as, from the divine nature that lives within themselves, beyond what we're taught and gravitated to by sources and different resources, nationalities, platforms, heights, gravity, lows, boundaries, or whatever you want to call it, directions, left or right, depart, divide, six, and however you want to speak it. We still know true nature of senses, which is called common sense, which there is no GPA grade average on this right here. You can't put this in the book. This is called the master's instructions. This is what the government watches for. But we got brothers and we have sisters who are heard for one government, and that's the sun. We represent no matter how we talk. Now we listen to a lot of brothers, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with different brothers around the world. Polites, Surat and Seti. So many different brothers. And I heard them talk, and I'm not going to get into them because I want to meet them brothers myself. And I want to sit down and we can talk and we can bring this order together since we all back here as gods and get this format correct, period. Whether we Islamic, Noble Drew Ali, 5%ers, 6%ers, 5%ers, at the end of the day, 5 and 6 adds up to I, 1 and 1. We rock. So we are the real, true Da Vinci Code. They say the revolution shall be televised. I said something really powerful, but I believe the sun will see us through. The world will see us through on this powerful message today. I'm not scared. Many people have died before, my brother.
I don't think that there's nothing to be scared, because even though they destroy the man, they cannot destroy his image and his mind, his dreams, his speech, his notions to be whatever he wants to be. will always live on, such as those before us, as far as Marcus Garvey or Drew Ali or Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or even we even speak on what the so-called European is, John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln's, or any George Jackson's, and I'm sporadically going around with this because nobody has destroyed anything.
All people.
Creation is creation.
Yes.
And even if you destroy the body, that message is still there, that energy is still there, and you cannot kill that energy.
Truth prevails through the midst of any chaos. That's just what it lingers and what is going to be engraved and digital to this world. You will never be able to change that. You would never take the yellow out of the yellow. You would never take the green out of the green, the blue out of the blue. It can't change no matter what definition we define and put on top of that. On top of it, we got ebonics and all kind of stuff going on. We got so much stuff that's pre-created again, all over again. And there's a root to it. That's why we plant trees. That's why we nurture the land. Am I talking like a saint? I'm from St. Louis, but I'm not speaking on that kind of saint or even kind of special saints. Because I'm not perfect. I was born from elements, and elements took the time to accumulate, to evolve itself, to manifest, to where a man actually can say manifest now.
One notion I have is, as far as speaking on the women, I think that it should be held accountable for what they are, who they are. On the chessboard, the queen, even though they're able to see eye to eye with the king, they're still the most important piece on that board. To maneuver however she wants to do it, and to enforce that law in which she is granted.